someone even worse you directly report to. There are some people that are so confused about what the intent of leadership is. It confoculates. It's my new favorite word. Uncle Hannes Dreyer taught me that word. It confoculates everybody, and when clarity is lost, I'm processing this in real time with you guys. When clarity is lost in a department, a lot of people suffer. Their state of mind suffers, and sometimes it just takes a catalyst of one person saying, listen, we come here, we push every day. These are the obstacles. As a leader, I'd appreciate it if you handle the obstacle and not the person. I met with someone that was a manager in our company many years ago. He came in as a cadet. I trained him. He worked for us and he left. He's working at another company. He, at that stage of his life, he was going crazy. He was all Rambo and like doing like wild shit, man. One of the wildest people that I've ever met. And I saw he changed his life. He became a devoted Christian. And I'm not pushing any religion down anybody's throat, but you know, he found himself, and it was so pleasant to sit next to this boy that at one stage, if he was in the vicinity, I could feel that negativity and all that crap, like it was vibing. Sat next to him, he's calm, he's collected, he is smooth, he talks sense, he doesn't talk a whole bunch of cuck, and you can actually feel that person is at peace and happy. And what did you do? I prioritized myself, put my health first, I put my sanity first, and I took care of myself. And in the last year, Uncle Bob's, my financial situation's good, everything is good, my relationships with my family is a lot better because I'm not crazy anymore, and you know, life is good. I appreciate everything you've done. I can also see in your eyes, you don't have those crazy eyes anymore, Uncle Bob's. I said, no, they're still there. I just wear contacts now, and I hide them a little bit, but they're still there, brother. Don't worry. Now, I love the energy, love the feel. So, weird way to start a customer training on a Wednesday, but now that we've done that, put yourself first, even if it's for a little bit of time. It's liberating. You will eventually all, including me, including ours in the studio, we're all going to die. So while we're here, let's have some fun. Having said that, let's also have some fun educating you guys in the motor industry. Any questions that you guys have, I haven't been monitoring the questions. I will run through them now. Any questions that you guys have, I'm here for you. I'm here to serve you. Let's freaking go. She's draining and I avoid, but she's persistent. So Haley, I've got lots of those, my friend. You know, a draining, persistent person. You just need to be strong, man. You need to create boundaries. This is what I said to the leader in our company that runs that department. She's got 11 people, and everybody's in a business all the time about all sorts of shit. I said, well, you don't have boundaries, and if you don't have boundaries, when do they know when they've crossed the boundary? So you have to create that. If you don't have a boundary, people just creep into your space all the time and drain you emotionally, because that's the worst, right? If they come in and ask you for $300 to borrow, at least once you give them the $300, they get, you get rid of them, and then they don't pay you back, then they never come back. Even like, what a cool move. 300 Rand later, you lost somebody that wasn't there for your friendship anyway. But you have to create the boundaries. Very important. 320 diesel. Bernie, we've got lots, brother. We just sold one literally 10 minutes ago. Funny story, the customer was a dealer principal at a Ford dealership for 12 years, went out of the motor industry about a decade ago, bought a GTI online, and then overnight decided, listen, I don't want a GTI, I want a 320 diesel. So we just did paperwork, but we do have more. You're welcome to have a look. Hi, Bobby, any cost for $1,800 per month, no deposit? Prano, not at the moment, brother. We don't play in that price range because we're going to get smashed there. The reputation of the year is going to get taken away from us if we persist in that environment. I try to stay away. The trade-ins that are very nice and decent, like we had last night, we sold 5 beautiful cars. We do an auction, but I don't do that. I'm a professional auctioneer that sells artwork on cruise ships. Can I assist you?
Artwork on cruise ships.
Yeah. So That's awesome, man. Nice to meet you. Send me a WhatsApp. I'm sure we can collab somehow.
You need someone to do some chalk work in.
Yeah. I think he's an auctioneer that sells
sorry.
artwork on cruise ships.
Sorry, makes sense.
So maybe there's a collaboration somewhere. Send me a WhatsApp. Love to chat to you. We had two F&I assistants that went and actually sold art on a cruise ship, not in an auction environment. They sold. It was Yaku and Marcel. Yaku and Marcel worked on a cruise ship selling art. They did very well, but I think they're hustlers, those two. They like the motor industry so much. They're both back in the motor industry, but they enjoyed it. I spoke to Yaku a few months ago. He still fetched us from, where did he fetch us? Yaku fetched us. Yaku fetched me. I was alone. About 2 months ago I spoke to him, but he enjoyed himself very much. Tell me, is the Mitsubishi Eclipse Sport a good upgrade from the Mitsubishi A6? Absolutely. Very nice car. Buy the Sport. It's a nice car. I'm Samir. Nice to meet you. 2006 Almera. How much can I expect? So if you want to sell a car, shoot me a WhatsApp. My username contains my actual telephone number, and then we'll price your vehicle. So the disc, the description, and a few photos will price it. BMW and all car accessories, let us know. Auto Technique will make you proud. Auto Technique, again, send me a WhatsApp. I'll share it with the depot. I'll connect the two of you guys. You guys will do lovely business together, 100%. I want to know, okay, where was I? Korsabaki. All right. Meneer vir jou kan ek sê hy film. I don't know what that means. The abbreviation is very short. Louis, I'm on a live. You've got 10 seconds, brother. What do you need?
Okay, sorry about that. Quick one. That BMW, the blue one that we need to keep to the customer is for the oil leak SK Henry. They're gonna give him an X3.
Sure. No problem. Whatever you decide, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir. Bye-bye. H2A worker looking to get me a Navara Stealth. Okay, H2A chart. Nice to meet you. Shoot me a WhatsApp. The H2A application is a lot different from a normal application. It's a different process that we use. I had a guy that was approved somewhere, couldn't get validated. Passed him over to Matlatsi. She got the deal done. He's taking delivery tomorrow. So shoot me a WhatsApp. I'll connect you to the right people in our company. They'll help you get that bucky. Easy peasy. Low credit deposit of 30k, monthly installment of 3k, any car. Difficult one. If your credit is low, it's not a big issue. As long as you're not behind on stuff and there's no RDs on your account, I can help you, no problem. I need a vehicle for Uber. Okay, 50,000 for a vehicle for Uber. No, that doesn't exist. Deposit or capital reduction. So I want you guys to give me 30 seconds or 60 seconds here. We post that video and 90% of the people love it, and the 10%, because we cater for retards as well. Some of them watch our stuff as well. Say yes, the only reason Uncle Bobby is saying that is to get more DIC up front, and that's why he's telling you this. So does the dealership get more DIC on a larger amount financed? Yes, of course they do, because it's a larger amount financed. Does the customer benefit from the larger amount financed to get a reduced interest rate? Yes, the customer does. So why can't it be a win-win against the bank? Why must the bank always win? So if you do capital reduction after your first installment or after you sign the contract, whenever your money is coming in, and you sign on a much better interest rate, how is that not a win-win for everybody? So that's my 2 cents. Thank you for that. Still have the Veronica 6. No, brother. Sold within seconds after we posted the video. How much must I budget for a vehicle on your auctions? So it's very unpredictable. Our auctions sometimes have an M3 that starts at, 200 and sells for like 400. Sometimes we have a RXi Corolla that starts at 80, sold for 200. Sometimes, like the Kia Soul last night was the most beautiful car. Started at 75, sold for 78. I'm still kicking my butt. It should have sold for 150. It was so nice. So the best thing is to join our WhatsApp group. If you're not on the group, shoot me a WhatsApp. I'll send you the link to the group, and you can have early notifications on vehicles that are arriving and their details, so you can do a bit of research a day or two before we actually have the auction, which is every Tuesday at 5:30. Who is the finance with? I don't understand. Banks. Yes, we do bank finance. Bank finance. Uncle Bobby, we do t-shirts, printing, and company branding. Can we do something custom for you? You're welcome, TD. Shoot me a WhatsApp. We're always looking for suppliers that will supply us the right quality. We're always testing out new products, new merch, and we'd love to work with you. No problem. I don't know why you're sending me your cell phone number. I'll just screenshot it. We'll phone you afterwards.
Post it op live.
Sorry?
Post it maar op our live groepie.
Okay, yes, on the live group. I'll post it now. I don't have my WhatsApp open here.
Okay.
Any questions that are motor industry related that we can unpack in real time? Maybe you've had a speed bump somewhere, something is broken, you had a raw deal, a good deal. The only rule is please don't name and shame the dealership. So if you've had a bad experience with XYZ dealership, say, Uncle B, I bought a car from A dealer and this is what happened, what's my next steps, so that we don't name it. I don't want to name and shame anybody. I want to process the value that I can, or you can extract from me without having somebody's reputation ruined. I've left management for sales again. Any advice? Brandon, this is a good one. So thank you for asking this question. I book a mentoring appointment with a motorcycle dealership. So it's quite a big one. And the owner, the founder of the dealership says to me, Uncle B, I've got a rock star salesperson doing 20 plus bikes a month. And then the other oaks are averaging 5, 6, 7, whatever they're averaging. I'm thinking about promoting a salesperson into a manager's position so he can drive the salespeople. And I say to him, before you do that, just remember and I'm speaking, everything that I speak on camera, I'm speaking from experience when it comes to running teams. I have made, a couple of years ago, the best salesperson that I could ever wish for, pray for, the worst manager. I'm speaking about experience. So selling and managing is two different skill sets. It's two different playbooks. It's two completely different approaches. A salesperson, the elite salespeople that I've trained and mentored and grown to 6+ figures monthly income earners are selfish. And it's not a bad word in sales. Here's what selfish means in sales. The salesperson is selfish to deliver service to his or her customer at the speed that is required. So, everybody is under pressure with that person. F&I is under pressure. Workshop is under pressure. Roadworthy is under pressure. Insurance is under pressure. Banks are under pressure. Selfish. Let's go. I want you to prioritize my stuff. I'm very busy. I've got 5 deals I need to tick today. Eddie's going to do 5 or 6 deals today. I haven't spoken to him in the last hour. He's a selfish salesperson, but he over-delivers on service to the customer. So selfish in sales is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Our audio is repeating. Let's have a look if I bring the mic maybe perhaps closer. Yeah, on TikTok I'm getting that. Audio is fine. Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Sorry, Joburg. So selfish in sales is a very good trait because he is or she is not interested in how well the other departments are doing at this point in time outside of delivering great service to his or her customer. So the drive is selfish to deliver great service for his and her customer. Now the playbook for managing a sales team is completely different. I told the guy, I've never met your guy that sells 20 plus bikes, but I can tell you now, he's a selfish person. He says, he doesn't play well with others. I said, good for him. Good for him. Do your customers love him? They absolutely adore him. He's a freaking rock star. He used a stronger word. He's a freaking rock star. I said, good. Here's what happens when you make a very good selfish salesperson a manager. The playbook needs to change. So either a long process needs to take place. What I did was the following. I took the best guy I had at that stage. He was doing 25 plus cars. I said, listen, you're a hard closer. The team that I have here that is close to you, none of them can close as hard as you. All I want you to do is hard close customers and deals and negotiations and banks and trade-ins, hard close them to make sure that the customer benefits hard. So for example, I did a hard close 20 minutes ago. Customer came in, a competitor company gave him 331 on his Ford Ranger Bucky. Okay, our team gave him less because we have to spend more money on reconditioning that vehicle, and the other, the other team doesn't need to. The other guy's just going to wash it, put it on the floor and sell it and do nothing. So hard closing the customer is the following, sir. Okay, we here, 331 is a lot of money for your car. But if we agree that I give you 331 now, is there any reason that in the next 15 minutes we can't sign, seal, and deliver this deal right now in the next 15 minutes, 331? Can we do it now? Bob's, you're saving me a trip. I need to go there. It's 10 grand. It's a lot of money. Let's do it. That's a hard close. It's not bullying. So I don't want people to think of a hard closer as someone that bullies. That's not a bully is a bully in any industry. That's a retard. You don't want to be in a transaction with a bully. I'm talking hard close, facts, figures. We move the deal forward. We proceed forward to come out to an outcome where it benefits both of us equally. We are equally happy. We mustn't be equally unhappy because now I have to give, you have to give, no one makes anything. But when it comes to flipping the switch onto management, you have to, as a manager, manage the state of mind of your team, which means as I parade up and down the tier 3 floor where the best salesmen in Africa sit, my guys are the best on the African continent. I need to build a relationship with each and every person to the depth where when I look at someone, Matlatsi she's gonna get home now and join our live. When I look at her, I can see she's struggling. I can see she's processing something. Her figures look great. Her target's gonna be smashed. Everything business-wise is fine. But when I see her, I can see through her and I see a problem. At night, you have to phone Matlats, whatever you're processing. Choma, I'm here if you need me. If you want to bounce something, don't give me the problem if you don't want to. If you want to create a scenario, I'll role play with you. If this, then this. If this, then this. That's a manager, because you're managing the state of mind of people, and it starts with a sales meeting. And this is what this person is paying me for a lot of money, to teach him how to run sales meetings, because that's where the start of the day is. If you as a leader cock up the sales meeting in the morning, the rest of the day is FUCKED before we get shadow banned. It's a problem. It's a shit show. But if you start it correctly, structured, with a proper process, with a proper, who's that famous cook, the chef, the guy that swears a lot? What's his name? What's his name, man? The famous guy. The guy that's so aggressive, the UK guy. Flip it. Gordon Ramsay. Thank you, Gordon Ramsay. There we go, Ramsay. So Gordon Ramsay describes a sales meeting in the kitchen. A sales meeting is a shit sandwich. You've got the piece of bread, another piece of bread, and a turd in the middle. That's a sales meeting. What most sales leaders, where most of them get it wrong, is they put the turd in front. So yesterday we screwed up on 5 places, and now we're starting the day with a screw up. No. Everybody's mood is down. Everybody's whole gees is gone. You have to start with a good. Every morning I start with a good. Yesterday, our target yesterday was 10 cars. We did 13 cars. Hell yes. The overperformers are boom, boom. Thank you very much. You shine like a diamond. We can see it in your eyes. Even your walk. Look at you. Boom. Already elevating someone. It's called edifying someone. Edifying means you are building someone up in front of people. Okay, you are edifying that person. Immediately, that person's edified. What happens? I want to be edified too. I want to shine like a diamond. So I'm going to raise my standards for this meeting so that I can be edified. Someone gives you great response on a transaction. Well done. I didn't see that angle. Congrats, man. You taught me something. Lots of leaders know it all. They come in and they are king of the jungle. Know it all. You can't teach me anything. Let's go. Like, freaking teach me the whole day. I'm going to be your best student and a dry sponge that will just absorb until I can't anymore, until I die. But until I die, I'm absorbing. So shit sandwich, very good in the beginning. Okay, then I mean we can't also walk on eggshells. This is a thing that's cost me many millions of rands. Sometimes you're afraid to confront a person directly, and you almost have to walk on eggshells because those people are a little bit sensitive. You don't want to step on their toes. You have to do it up front. You have to be direct. This is where I feel that we can improve. And can we try something else, because whatever it is that you are doing currently is not working. And the best structure, there's a structure to do it as well, is when you're giving the third in the middle, this is where we're failing. By the end of this conversation, with the group's input, I would like to win in this area in a certain way. I'm open for discussions. Boom, discussions are made. Then people will give their input. Everybody gets to speak about it. They get to bat each other's ideas, and a new process arrives. We came up with probably the best change I've ever made in our company in the last 5 years was done this week, because there was input from the team. Okay, no more putting something under the rug. That rug was, there was so much crap under the rug, it wasn't flat, it was like this. So let's take all the crap under the mug, put it on the table, let's sort this out. Boom, 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 key changes were made. One of the girls that's been working with us for 10 years got a massive promotion yesterday. She's a rock star. She's going to lead an entire street, because our businesses are split into 2 streets. Everybody's fierce. Everything is up. Let's go. But the third had to be addressed. We can't just keep sweeping stuff under the rug. We have to address the issue. And then we end up with a good. All right, let's plan the day. What do you have? What's happening here? So it's 2 different skill sets. Very hard to take a very good salesperson and turn them into a rock star manager. Extremely hard. I've only seen it once or twice, and I've dealt with hundreds of salespeople. Just as hard to turn a very good manager into a rock star salesperson, because the lean is towards community peace, upliftment, when it should have been towards a more selfish approach to serve the customer. Thank you for the question. I blabbered for like 20 minutes, but it's important. Many of you hopefully got some insight out of that. Sales is calling. Buycaroline.co.za. Buycaronline.co.za. Sales is calling. That's the problem. I did it 25, 28 a month through. It's time to step up, and it flopped. Yeah, Brendan, just consider consider the selfish. Selfish is such a kick-ass word in sales, and people already like selfish is a negative word. Selfish, to serve your customer, is a good thing. The more selfish a salesperson is to serve their customers, the better they do. Yes, it creates turmoil around them. Yes, it does. But that's why they need a leader that can manage expectations for the things that they'll break when they push through and show that selfishness. Okay, what else is happening? South Africa is a Christian country by law. Okay, in humble submission to Almighty God. Oliver, thank you, brother. Okay, any questions? Thanks, Uncle Bobs. You're welcome, Brandon. Anytime, man. Okay, I've been in sales and marketing for 10 years. My business do better when you focus on complaints. Yes, absolutely, man. I'm going to touch on that. We actually have a course. I'm not selling you the course, but we have a course that the entire course is built about how good a complaint is. Because when you have a customer complaint, you have a qualified person that has experienced your product or your business or your service, whatever it is that you're selling, that's giving you honest feedback in real time. You don't even need to pay them. They're giving it to you for free. The trick is you have to leave your ego outside the room. Humble pie is fat-free. You can never have enough. Humble pie is fat-free. And you have to take the feedback for what it's actually worth. So Bobby, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, Bobby, I'm no longer buying this car from you because the contract changed twice. You are failing because we needed to do this deal 2 times. I don't have time, I'm on the golf course. Humble pie. Sir, I do apologize. Whether I explain to you that we got your settlement 10,000 Rand cheaper, so it's to your benefit or not, I have failed you, you are correct. What I should have done is sign you up on the deal and pay you the 10 grand in your account. Then educate you, listen, if you pay this into your finance, you will save on the interest on the 10 grand, or you can go and buy new golf clubs. But what I did wrong was, and I'm sorry, I will improve, I changed your contract and I made you sign twice. While you're on a golf course, at a tournament, I'm selfish, which is not me buying face from that customer. It's fucking truth. I'm selfish to ask him to sign the contract twice while he's on a golf course on a golf tournament. I'm sorry I failed you, sir. I will improve. I gave training to the salespeople. We had a managers meeting today. I gave that training to the managers. Here's how we failed. Here's how I want us in this scenario to proceed. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but the chances are it will, but it will happen less. Customer complaints, best thing for your business. Fully agree, all in. Okay, what else? That's a pop saying sorry. That's a leader. Not only sorry, Google it. Not only sorry, please forgive me because I have failed. Not only sorry. Sorry is a small word. Please forgive me, I have failed. That's all. Please forgive me, I failed. The funny story with that customer is when I found him, he was at another dealership, literally about to buy an X3. Literally about to buy an X3, which he's not buying from them, he's buying it from us. Because he said, I appreciate you phoning me. Thank you very much, Uncle Bobby. Have a nice day. Then he texted me about an hour later and said, can I come see you at 2 o'clock? I said, awesome. And he's busy taking delivery of an X3. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I don't need to tell him that it's your fault for not wanting to. No, it's not. It's my fault. That guy was failed. Please forgive me. That's it, without expectation. The fact that he came back means that he felt the sincerity in my apology, number one, and it was real. I wasn't putting on a show. I sincerely apologized because we failed him. And I promised him that we would improve for the next customer so that they don't have a bad experience. Do you speak Afrikaans? Very deliciously. Ek praat baie goeie Afrikaans. Do you think that a credit score system is a fair way to measure? I want to catch that. A fair way to measure someone's ability to pay. User 1. Great question. It's not perfect. It is flawed, but it is fair. Think about it this way. I'm going to flip the question on you, user 1. And I want you to answer me in the comments. If it's your money that you've worked really, really hard for, if it's your money, and you want to, Elsie's doing this in the background. If it's your money that you've worked really, really hard for, and you have to borrow that money to someone else, to a third party, would you like to have insight on his or her historical payment track record before you give your hard-earned money to that person? Answer me in the comments. I want to hear you. I want to hear your answer. Answer me quick because the questions are coming in. Salt and vinegar. Okay, so the answer is yes. So that's why the current credit bureau structure works. Okay, yes, reputation matters. Yes. Okay, where I believe it's flawed is the following ways. Your first-time car buyers are forced to take out credit to get an ITC score so that they can take out more credit. That eliminates 50% of the youngsters because all of a sudden he's got a credit card. They're offering him 50,000 Rand credit card. His first job is sweet. It's very easy to get a credit card, but your payments are at interest rates that are crazy high. Now all of a sudden you overcommit this person to give him an opportunity to buy the item that he or she actually wanted, which is a car. Now he could afford a 3.5 grand car. Now he's paying a 3.5 grand credit card. So where it's flawed, in my opinion, is the first time car buyer and the amount of time it takes to rehabilitate a customer. Listen, man, everybody goes through some shit. You know, things happen to all of us. Maybe you had a stumble, lost your job, retrenched, pay was reduced, whatever the case might be. But if you catch up and you can prove stability, it shouldn't take 6 months or 12 months to remove you of a little note that the credit bureau put on. That takes way too long, in my opinion. Get lawyers involved, more money. These guys are sharks. They tell you they've done it. You apply again, you lose more points. They haven't done it. You go back, fight with them. Then they've done it the fourth time. You can't qualify because you're overexposed, and there's third-party involvement needed. So they can definitely improve there. We need to find a way to iron out tire kickers. Very strong words. I've never used that word in my life, and I think maybe you should consider this. Your pre-qualifying process and your expectation of what a customer actually is should maybe change, because even if a customer comes in and they are currently unable to purchase, I never see them as a tire kicker. I need to create a fan. So whether the app is declined, I need to create a fan. I had a conversation with a young man earlier, very, very complex, tricky deal to approve, and he's buying a vehicle for his mom. But I can hear in his voice, I said, brother, we've tried to close this deal the past 4 hours. Okay, my manager is good at what he does. Rainer can't read you. The salesperson can't read you. I want you, you're not on camera, I want you to be honest with me. He said, Uncle Bob's, I can't afford the car. I said, great, fine. Okay, how do we proceed forward that I better serve you and I improve? I said, you know what, Uncle Bob's, I said to the team, I can afford 3,500, doing my budget, I've got all these commitments, and I'm looking after mom. I'll have no money to eat. I said, great. Can you manage a couple of months without a car? I have so far. I'm going to try my best. I'm doing well at work. Once my income increases, I'll come visit you, Uncle Bob, 100%. Now, many would consider that guy a tire kicker. I know in my heart of hearts, I created a fan that will never buy from another dealership, ever. Once, ever again, for the rest of his life. Whether it's 3 months from now, 12 months from now, or 2 years from now, or 20 years from now. When he's ready, he will buy from me because I treated him with dignity and respect, and I made it safe for him to actually speak to me and tell me the truth. So that's not a tire kicker. That's a person that's not yet qualified. Bless you. So we asked all the right questions. The amount per month is fine. And on 99, he got cold feet because it made it real. He has to pull the trigger. I don't have money to eat. I'll have a car and no food. How am I going to pour petrol and pay insurance? I've got all these other commitments. And he did the right thing. He said, no, it's the 100% right thing. And I'm not labeling him as a tire kicker. I'm labeling that customer as a customer in the future. He's not a tire kicker. So perhaps I gave you some insight. Use it, don't use it. If I offended you, that's what I'm here for, brother. But at least I'll leave you better than I found you. How to build my credit score. Okay, I'll get to that. Credit score, average margin on a new second-hand vehicle. I'll get to that as well. It's a good question. 700,000 Rand Amarok. I'm an H2A worker and 23 years old. So again, the credit score is not the problem. Your historical data is the problem or the solution, and the fact that the F&I knows what they're doing, how to load the application correctly the first time. Because if one screws it up, I can't tell you, and I go through emotions. Customer phoned me, I've applied at 4 dealers, Uncle Bob's, you are my last hope. I said, so this is my standard response to everybody that phones me that has failed at other dealers. Brother, sister, if you have a soccer game and you have Ronaldo, okay, Midmac Motors and Uncle Bob is the Ronaldo of the motor industry. I'm not saying it. South Africa said it twice. Okay, back to back, undisputed, undefeated, and we won Finance and Insurance Dealer of the Year 3 times, where last year we were first and second. You have Ronaldo at your disposal, a phone call away. My number's everywhere. But you wanna let me win the game for you. In the 90th minute, you bring me, we're 5-0 down. I can't do that. It's impossible. Not even Ronaldo can do that. Not even against primary school kids. You have to lay it up in sequence from the beginning. And if dealerships screw it up, I can't go and mop up their mess and have one F&R out of their work for 2 weeks for one transaction. And each one is important. But I can't show you more valuable allocated time than I show the other customer. You are both as important to me. In fact, the guy that came to me first is slightly ahead of you because he chose to trust me up front, and I wasn't his plan B or plan C or plan D. Some of them are plan G, like 10 other applications. What the fuck are you doing, brother? He just goes from dealer to dealer to dealer to dealer, hoping for the best, losing ITC score all the time when he does that. And then eventually the bank says, listen, man, we're blocking you, time out, sit in the corner for 3 months. Okay, I hope I answered your question, brother. How do you build your credit score? I wanna say again, it's unfortunately the part of the ITC system or organization, which is, in my opinion, the one that fails. The best way to build it, I've helped many youngsters, is a very small credit card, $5,000 credit card. Get the credit card done on your name, a very small contract. Don't go and buy a iPhone 27 Pro Max that can wash dishes. Twin cigarette shaft that can wash dishes. Get even a small data contract, small one. The amount that you pay does not matter. What matters is that you pay it on time and they report to ITC, which means they're getting a monthly update from the supplier to ITC. That builds your credit score. And the third thing is a clothing account. So don't go Edgar's 20K clothing account and buy LV shoes and all this other stuff. Small, very small. The amount does not matter. I'm going to repeat it again. It doesn't matter if you have a 50K credit card or 5K credit card. What matters is you want at least 3 institutions to immediately ping the moment the debit order went off on time for 3 months. The worst thing that you can do to build up your credit score is take out a personal loan. I know there's retarded financial advisors out there that say to you, that's the best way. It's the worst way. Because think about it, right? The bank sees there's a personal loan. So you can't get through the month because you can't budget. You needed to take out a personal loan to get through the month. Now you want to buy a car. No, thank you. It's an automatic block. Sorry, red decline. We move on. So don't do that. Hopefully I gave you some insight. Watching from Namibia. What's your name? Martins. Martins. Nice to meet you, brother. Say hello to Namibia from us. I would love to visit Namibia one day. How's it, Uncle Bob and Nels? Josh, how are you, brother? Not only are a seasoned salesman, but also a mobility solution relationship advisor. I do weddings and I do funerals at a fee as well. You're welcome to book me. And I'm great at fucking comedy hour. I'll make you laugh. Laugh. I told the best joke today. So I've got a nice mix of white, colored, Zulu, African mix. So I go to Osejo. He's an African young male. I think Osejo is Zulu because he walks with that Zulu pride. Mm-hmm. And I asked him, Osejo, what do you call a black person in space? So he thinks about it. He says to me, Uncle B, I don't know. So I say to him, an astronaut, you racist. Everybody's crying. Everybody's laughing in the office. Everybody's like doing this. So comedy I do at a special fee. Hope you guys enjoyed that joke. Okay, watching from Namibia, I missed a question, Uncle B. I enjoy your videos on Facebook. Victor Raps. I enjoy your videos on Facebook. One day I'll pay you a visit. Thank you. What about the Mercedes white one? I don't know what that question is. What about the Mercedes white one? I don't know. It's white. Bobby, not only... Okay, what else? Okay, right. Tie kickers, we found. Uncle Bobby wants to know how to build my credit score. We got that. Average margin on a new and a second-hand car. So great question. I'll address that. Yesterday, Spoonie, he's the young man that helps us on the auctions. He comes to me, says, Uncle B, I've got an approved, validated deal for a Jolium Pro plug-in hybrid, the HEV. I said, cool, sweet. Do you have a quote on a new one? He says, yeah, I've got a quote. Here's the quote. No problem. I found my homie. I said, I've got a approved, validated deal. Let's roll. I've got this car. Here's the quote. He says, yeah, I can match the quote, we can do the deal with you. Customers bought previously from us, so he trusts us, doesn't want to buy a new one from a Haval dealership, wants to get it from Uncle B. So anyway, we handle the transaction, and I ask him, brother, how much money did you make on this car? I think it's 472,000 that he gave me the car for. 472, that's right. He said, why do you want to know, Uncle Bob? I said, I'm curious. He said, I made 2,500 Rand on the car because everybody's discounting the F out of it, and China is just bringing in more stock. We're all battling to hit target. I made 2.5 grand, but at least I helped you out. You helped me out on the next one. So that's some of the new cars. When the T2 came out a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, whatever the time frame is, no one gave discount. Everybody, kept their stock. They've got pre-orders, no discount, no discount, no discount. You have to take all our products. Now I'm getting calls from the guys that want to give it to me slightly over dealer billing. So a new car, when it comes in and it's popular, they make full pop, normally between 8 and 11%. So that's the margin on a new car, between 8 and 11%, depending on which brand. Okay, used cars, we are more free, and there is a differentiator because you've got the leverage of brand, you've got the leverage of reputation, you've got the leverage of processes, procedures, how you prepare a vehicle. You've got a lot more flexibility. I had a customer come this morning from PE. What a cool dude, man. VW PE, one of them, I don't want to name and shame them, there's a few, but one of them took like 4 days to get back to him. He saw a piece of content that we did with a Polo with a sunroof, reached out. One of the call center agents referred him to a dude that sits on this floor. 2 hours later, he was signed up. Came and fetched his vehicle. Now, he video called the guy at VW and he said, do you know where I am? So the guy says, no, I've got no idea. I am at Mitmac Motors in Pretoria. Here's my car. And then he showed him a middle finger. I said, that was wrong. He says, Uncle B, I'm so frustrated that 4 days later, I said, don't do that. I mean, and again, it's the company's process that failed the salesperson. So the process had created friction in each and every area that it took them 4 days to get an approval. That's unheard of. Today, I'll give you another example. I'm buying a whole bunch of new Renaults, Tribers, brand new. Currently, they're not selling well at Renault. It's a 7-seater. I know how to sell them very well. I can't keep up. The first one that came in is already being delivered today. We have to beg the manager at a certain Renault dealership in the Free State to send me the fucking invoice. And I'm buying 5 cars from him. Sorry for the bad word. It's so frustrating. He says it has to go to the invoicing clerk, that has to go to the stock control. I said, brother, hold on. How many cars does your dealership sell a month? We do about 15 to 18 cars. He said, I'm surprised you do that many. Because if I have to go to 5 different places to get an invoice, I'd rather run through the wall. So sometimes the process stands in the way of success. Okay, I deviated a little bit. Suzuki peeling carpet problem, how to fix it? I don't know, Linda. I don't know how to fix your carpet on the Suzuki. I can't off the top of my head say that. That finger was wrong, but it was valuable feedback. So yes, you could see it that way. It's just I asked the client nicely to please phone the salesperson at VW and apologize for the finger, because that finger was out of frustration and not towards him. Had his company been slick and handled everything in 2 hours like they should, then he wouldn't be with me. So rather than to get the salesperson demoralized and broken, explain to him that he should go back to management and tell them that 4 days lost to 2 hours all the way in Gauteng at Uncle Bobby. That's the problem. It's not the salesperson, because his hands are tied if he has to wait for 15 other people to have a meeting to decide to work. So, but I do agree, it was necessary. Hopefully it lands and they improve. Okay, next. Uncle Bob, the Proteas are catching a hiding. So just before I drove here, I've got a Portuguese customer. Okay, full-blown porra. They're fetching a GTI from me. He's watching his screen like this, and he's crying about the Proteas. I said, homie, you Portuguese, stop watching fucking cricket. Stop watching cricket. He says, Bobs, I love cricket. So you have a Portuguese sad fan at the moment as well. Yeah, shame, man. I want a 3-liter Isuzu low mileage. Peter Boss. Peter, send me a WhatsApp. We do have. We bought a couple of Isuzus. I will respond after this live. I'll help you and thank you for the opportunity, sir. Lapas from Cherry Group. Uncle Bobby, did you see new Lapas from Cherry Group? So I've researched it and I've got an opinion. I don't know if I want to voice it out yet, but from what I found, it's just a spoozed up cherry that will cost you 20-30% more, but I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. But it's becoming saturated, man. More and more are coming. People are getting confused, and like a lot more are coming. I think 8 or 11 are coming this year still. Chinese brands. It's becoming saturated. Anything else? We have 7 minutes left.
Also, is up your WhatsApp.
Up my WhatsApp. Sorry, I missed those. Okay, live. On the live group.
Yes.
Okay, let's pick 2 good ones. Okay, Bob's, any low mileage F10 M5s? No low mileage F10 M5. Sorry. Someone sent me a very modified wild thing yesterday and I said I'm scared. I'm sorry. I'm scared. Sent a congratulations video to later, but then came back with bad news. Okay, Rachel Stevens. Uncle Bobby, you sent a congratulations video. Then later today, Louis came back with bad news. So that means it failed validations. Okay, I want you to send me your number and I'm going to dive into exactly why it failed vals. But Louis should have also communicated that message with you. If he didn't, I'll make sure that we do. Why do dealership charge additional fees for smash and grab, etc. on demo used vehicles when applying for finance? Shouldn't those charges have not been included in the advertised car price already? Bro, we can talk about this for 6 days. Dealerships charge you for smash and grab when they bought the vehicle with smash and grab. How does that make sense? In any room, I don't care who is sitting in that room, how does that make any sense? It doesn't. So I can't explain it to you. I also can't comment on the way other dealerships conduct themselves and the processes and procedures, but if it's a new car, yes, it's understandable. There's a cost incurred. If it's a used car, you bought it with smash and grab. Unless you show me an invoice where you bought or where you put on smash. I haven't bought a used car without smash and grab in years. Everybody's got smash and grab. We live in South Africa, so I don't know how to explain their process and procedures. It sucks and it's not fair. I do agree. I love you, Afrikaans. Who or what determines the interest rate when financing the car? The dealership. That's who determines the interest rate. The bank will give a recommended rate, and then the dealership has control over whether they present you that or lift it, or if it's multiple bank approvals, present you with the one that's most profitable to them. I've had this message on loudspeaker for the past 3-4 years. I've gotten into so many difficult conversations with the banks. I will continue giving that message. If you've got approvals at dealers, ask them how many banks, what is the recommended rate, send me the podium. That's it. If they don't want to, then they're hiding something. It's black and white. There's no gray area in this. That's it. The dealership, some dealerships, not all, there's predominantly good dealers, but some bad dealerships lift rates and they'll increase their DIC from 8,000 to 28,000 Rand at your expense. Then the 20 grand extra they got as DIC, as kickback, will cost you another 40 in interest rate if you pay that car off for the full term. It's ugly, it's nasty, it gives me a headache. What else is here? What is a good credit score and how do I, okay, I've already addressed that. I was charged for mags that the used vehicle already had on from factory. Ansha, Mika, Ansha was charged for mags that the dealership, that the car already had on from the factory. No comment. No comment, Ansha. I'm sorry you went through that, my friend. Do you get new Renault Dusters? Your take on them? Love the new Duster. I don't have one at the moment. We've got a slightly used one, but every moment that we have to buy one, we do. We buy them. They're very nice cars, lovely cars. 3 more minutes. I'll take one more question that we can unpack. Okay, enjoy your evening, Uncle Bob's. Luke Bosman. I see the Omoda C4 looks coming to SA. Looks like a Lambo Urus. Have a look. I'll check it out. Thank you. Thank you for that heads up. What's the longest age for stock? How long is it for? Keep a coin. So how long do you want to... Okay, I understand the questions. The question. So what is the longest time a car comes into stock? I saw a video from an American dealership the other day. It was so creative, and I'm going to replicate it. The entire dealership was standing around the car. I think you sent it to me. I don't know who sent it to me. Someone sent it to me. And they had a birthday party for this car. They had a cake there. They blew those things. It was a celebration. That car was there a year. Now, as funny as it is, it's freaking sad, because sometimes a car does stand 365 days. It's painful. You know, the buying team got it wrong. The pricing team got it wrong. Something happened. And then you obviously have to reduce until you get... Thank you for the number for the Isuzu sale. I'll phone you after the live. You have to reduce the price and until you sell the car. But yeah, generally within 90 days the stock should turn. That's the norm in the automotive industry, because some dealers, including us, we have a part of our stock holding in a floor plan situation. So it's a floor plan with a bank. After 90 days the car tends to cost you quite a lot of money, and if you don't settle it, you'll pay in. Having said that, cool questions. Thank you guys.